Guys, so for today's reading, we are going to be looking at what is a blessing in your life that you may not be seeing as a blessing. So we have 3 piles here. 1, 2, 3. Take a moment to get in touch with your intuition and your higher self and pick the pile you feel most drawn to. Also, I have my Amazon wish list and my PayPal account in the description box below. If you'd like to donate to the channel, that would be awesome and so appreciated. And my Skype link is down there along with my prices, so if you're interested in a personal reading, you can message me on there for that. And my esty shop is listed in the description box below as well. I don't have a lot on there yet, but I'm working on it, guys. It's been a very long week, but I am hoping that here in the next few days I will be able to get a few more of the items from my channel, like my artwork and poems and stuff like that, onto my esty shop. So if you enjoy this reading, please like, share, and subscribe. It helps to grow my channel. It also helps to spread these messages to other people who may be needing to hear something positive as well. So we are going to get started with pile 1. So let's see. Pile 1. For you guys, I'm thinking that the biggest thing that's coming to mind for me is you may not be seeing your beauty as something that is a blessing. You may be somebody who is very striking appearance-wise, somebody who's very could be very asymmetrical in your features, things like that. You could have very striking eyes or a very striking eye color. Your external beauty, man or woman, external beauty is the biggest thing that I feel like is a curse in your life. You may have had to deal with a lot of people who only saw your external beauty and didn't see the brains beneath it, or didn't see the inner beauty and depth beneath the surface. So you may deal with a lot of people who are just looking for surface when they come at you, or there could even be a lot of experiences where you've had to deal with fending people off of you sexually as well. And a lot of people may be thinking that you're less intelligent simply because of the way you look. We have Caregiver, Hope, 2009. I feel like you hide a lot of the things that could cause you to stand out more. I feel like you really keep a lot of your true self buried within because you don't want to shine too brightly, because you feel like you already shine too brightly and it attracts so much attention, and you don't necessarily want any more of that attention on you. The funny part is, especially when it comes to having to fight people off for sexual advances, the more attention you have on you, the better. Predators know what prey looks like. I'm just going to say that. And it looks like somebody in the corner by themselves hiding their head that doesn't want to draw any attention to themselves. And if you don't want any attention on you, that's good for them, because guess what? They don't want any attention on them and what they're doing either. So you may also see that a lot of the hardship and a lot of the transformations, a lot of the things that brought you growth, wisdom, understanding, a lot of those things you may see as a curse instead of a blessing. And the whole thing is, we can look at it either way. I used to look at my gifts myself as both a blessing and a curse. And there was points where only curse came to mind as well. And that's because when you feel so much and you feel so deeply, and you can feel everything from everyone else too, you can see the best in every single person. It doesn't matter how dark they are. You can see that sparkle of light when you have the gifts that I have, because there is a sparkle of light in everybody. Yin yang, right? There is light and darkness in every single person in different increments. It's all in what they're choosing to do with it, and it's all in whether or not they're choosing to follow that light, choosing to follow that darkness. Things like that. Some people would call it seeing the potential in somebody. It's not necessarily the potential in them. That's what they actually are. But it doesn't mean that light is a giant light. It's just a dim little flicker inside of somebody really dark. But anyway, so I feel like you may find it to be a curse that you are in some sort of leadership role where people look up to you, where people see you as an inspiration, where people see you as a guiding light, people see you as somebody to follow and somebody to be inspired by as well. You could be an empath in this pile too, and you could see those things as being a curse in a way. Just trust me, it is more of a blessing than a curse. not everyone gets to live a life where they see so much beauty. So know that you seeing that beauty and being able to see that beauty is a blessing. We have the X too. Could even be some exes that you dealt with. Could have really, really hurt you because you're this loving, amazing, beautiful, deep person. And they could have only been looking at the surface when you guys got into things, which means they did not treat you the way you should have been treated. You're a diamond in the rough. You may also think that your intuition and the signs and synchronicities and all the guidance that you receive sometimes can be a curse as well, because other people may think that you're crazy for it. They may tell you that you're wrong. They may tell you that nothing you're talking about makes sense, things like that. But just know that those things are what make you so amazing. You are amazing as this person. We have J, L, B, T, B, I. We got bit, lit, wit, W, A. We got bat, K, Jack, Z, Q, W, P, V, P, VIP. So you're a very important person, and sometimes you can find it to be a curse that you're such an important person in everybody's lives, especially since, you probably meet a lot of people and you may not remember all of them. And there could be a lot of people who get really hurt when you don't remember them. Don't feel too guilty about that, because you know what? I'm sure there's been people in your lives that have meant the world to you and maybe they didn't remember who you were either. Bit, bat, pit, pat, jilt. Maybe you have to turn a lot of people down too. Lavender, no one understands me. Trigger statement. True statement. I ask for what I need. From a place of love, you need to stand up and speak your truth. What you wish for is what the universe wishes for you. So you need to stop hiding yourself, and you need to start expressing yourself more fully, and to understand and accept who you are as a person, and not to allow anybody else's opinions or ideas or thoughts of what you should be or where or who you are or anything like that to get in the way of this. Stop feeling like an outsider and like you don't belong here. Because you do belong here. And there are those who do understand you. It's just hard sometimes to find people like yourself because you're so rare. Sandalwood, I never get what I want. True statement. I am a powerful creator. Listen to your inner voice, release your ideas of the outcome that you wish to see, and trust that you are aligned with the universe. So you are somebody who can create anything you want in your life. You can create anything you desire. You can create this miserable person who thinks that they're the worst thing in the world and has no friends and there's no way out. Or you can create a life where you see the true beauty in yourself and it reflects outwards, and you start seeing the true beauty in others, and you can come together with those people. We have the Mother of Pentacles. We have Temperance. We have Vulture. And we have Peacock. Yeah, I feel like you get a lot of shallow people coming at you. Trying to steal your energy, trying to steal all the light and beauty and amazing things that you have. But you're somebody who knows your own worth, and you are somebody who's patient, strong, somebody who doesn't mind putting in the work to get the results you want. You're somebody that really is quite capable of balancing your passions and your desires and your emotions, and you're very solid, stable, down to earth, humble, grounded, caring, loving, nurturing, somebody that is really honest and loyal and committed. And you may run into a lot of energies that aren't, but you know what energies are good for you and what is not. And you may at times feel like that is a burden as well, because you have to walk away from so many people that are trying to just take from you. But the whole thing is, you will find those people who give to you too in return, because you are somebody who is willing to walk away. You are somebody who is willing to know your worth. And some people may call you conceited. They may call you somebody that is just very shallow yourself, but you're not. What it is that you know what you want, and you know what you put out, and you know what you deserve. So you are unwilling to settle for less, and you are somebody who also stays balanced in any situation. You don't fall into the addictions. You don't fall into the hate, self-pity and hatred and all that kind of stuff that causes other people to be mired in so much darkness. I feel like protecting your energy, cleansing, shielding, things like that are going to be very good for you in this pile. If you're not doing that already, you should definitely be doing that. So that's what I have for this pile. And I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. Oh, and you know what? If you're somebody who feels like you don't have a whole lot going on looks wise, you have a lot much deeper. So that's also part of this too. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this reading, and I would love to hear what you thought about it in the comments below. And I hope you guys have a beautiful night or day, whatever it is, wherever you are when you're watching. Bye-bye, guys. Pile 2. So for you guys, I feel like some of the rites of passage that you are going through at this moment, you are feeling like could be a lot of curses. And you know what? You're learning, you're growing, you're coming more into alignment with yourself, you're making new friends, you're getting out, you're doing things that you may not have used to have done. It's taking a lot of courage, it's taking a lot of willpower. There's a song that just came to mind. I ain't trying to be like you, wobbling around on my high heel shoes. I'm clumsy, made friends with the floor. That song. I don't know what it's called right now. Maybe Boss Bitch. No. Boss Bitch isn't even. No. So anyway, you are somebody who is definitely at the top of your game. You're somebody who doesn't put up with shit from anybody, I feel like. And sometimes you feel like that is a curse, because guess what? Sometimes it's kind of a lonely road, you know, putting up your boundaries like that and remaining clear on what you want and don't want. So we have 2008 with a graduation cap and a heart. We have this little high heel shoe for a Barbie. We have Smirnoff cap, take heart, John 16:33. It's one of the rocks I found here one day. And we have this 21. So let's see, we got W, J, Z, F, Q, X, fax, A, S, sax, max, wax, S, V, Jax, G, gas, vast, Y, N, T, M, malt, C, Q, L, last, V, U, lust. Could be dealing with some lust from other people or lust from yourself. Maybe you feel like it's a curse that you can't even go out and have a good night without somebody trying to get down your pants. That could be part of it. Fast, mast, last. Maybe you feel like you're the last chosen. Maybe you feel like you end up with a lot of situations that just don't last. They're very fast situations. Bust. Anyway, let's see. We got, what if something happens? Trigger statement. Wintergreen. True statement. I take my hands off the wheel. So, you're not alone. The universe is working with you. Relax and enjoy the adventure. You're finding it really hard to surrender right now. You're finding it really hard to just go on this journey. This is a rite of passage journey that you're taking right now, and you're so worried about what's going to happen and what may happen if you let your guard down a little bit, if you just have a little bit of fun, and if you just enjoy yourself. And even if something does happen, here's the thing, it's a learning thing. It's something that you can learn from, grow from. You gain more discernment, you gain more knowledge about other people, and you gain more knowledge about human behavior, things like that. Spikenard. Why does this always happen to me? Trigger statement. True statement. I am at peace. Know that everything will work out as it needs to, and hold a space of gratitude as you watch the miracles unfold. So yeah, there could be a lot. When you go out and have a good night, a fun night, and you just enjoy yourself and you know, imbibe a little bit, you may end up with a lot of people that are trying to take advantage of you while your senses are dulled. And you really have a hard time feeling like it's something to do with you, and why, and what if it happens again, and all that kind of stuff. And you know what? Yes, there are, when you are somebody who has so much light and so much beauty and so much of the qualities that you have. There are a lot of people who really covet that, want that, like that, things like that. But you know what? And it gets so hard. It gets so hard having to put up with those things. But at the same time, you know, knowing that this happens on a regular basis, it's not just you. There are other people. There are other people that this happens to as well. There are other people that are going through the same things. There are a lot of situations that suck. And at the same time, at the end of the day, you just need to be at peace. You need to take the hands off the wheel and surrender. Jesus Take the Wheel, I think, is the name of a song. That would be a good song for this pile. There may have been a lot that happened in your childhood that caused you to go into more of an invisible energy, one where you really didn't want to be. You know what, if you felt drawn to pile 1, this could really have something to do with that as well, where you really didn't want to be in the spotlight, in the center stage, really didn't want to be seen. And I feel like you are delving into your inner child and really exploring your roots and seeing what happened there, the truth of your childhood and what went on. And I feel like you feel like your childhood in a way was a curse because it created this dynamic in your life. But there are ways to rewire yourself and to change what's going on in your now by changing the way that you interact in situations, the way that you put up your boundaries, the way that you set limits. Things like that is really going to help you. And really being able to just be seen and allow yourself to be seen and to be at peace while you're doing that as well. It's time to come up out of this cleansing period. It's time to come up out of this healing period, and it's time to see the sunshine again. It's time for all of the storms and the darkness of the past to go away and for you to just really be at peace. And I know it's so hard to do. It's so hard to overcome a lot of the pain and the hurt and the hardship that you have been through. But all of these things that you have been through, they're not a curse. They are a blessing, because every time you go through something, you get knocked down and you get right back up. And you get right back up. Kind of like... kind of like that song I mentioned at the beginning of this where, you know, clumsy and I fall down to the ground. Well, you get back up and you get back up and you get back up. And every time you get back up, you have more wisdom, you have more knowledge, you have more insight. You are a phoenix meant to rise above, meant to overcome every challenge that ever comes your way so that you can be a leader to others and so that you can inspire change and growth and so that you can see the truth and reality of what's going on in this world so that you know. And also, since you are somebody who gets back up every single time and cannot be knocked down, you are somebody who can make massive changes in this world because of who you are and what you have been through and what you have seen. And that is an amazing thing. And I realize all the hardship, all the pain, all the hurt, all the sadness, all the loss, all the abuse, everything that you have been through was fucking horrible. It was awful. It was the darkest part of fucking hell, if you want to be honest. And at the same time, the darkest part of hell, what do you get from that? You get to see where the light is. You get to have that hope, that faith, that trust, and you get to learn. You get to learn so many different things. And then you get to come back out of it, because you're somebody who comes back out of it. Who gets to say they went through hell and clawed their way back up and is good? I mean, people probably look at you and think you have been through nothing in your life, and you might even think that that's a bit of a curse. But guess what? When they find out your entire past, they're like, oh my God, how are you this person? Because I've been through 1/10 of that. And I'm this miserable person stuck in my addictions and hating life and feeling like it's the worst, most awful thing on the planet. And I haven't even seen the 10th layer of hell that you've seen. So love yourself, love your past, love everything you have been through. I don't regret my past because it makes my future. That's something I've said for years, because I would not change a single thing in my past, period. I have been raped. I have been molested. I have been emotionally and mentally abused. I have been gaslighted, manipulated, fucking everything except for physical abuse over here. And guess what? I've been poor my entire life too, and I've been homeless this last year. I wouldn't change a damn thing, not one, even this last year, because guess what? Everything I learned this last year was so worth it. And you know what? I kind of asked for this last year because I asked to be able to do what I'm doing right here today. And I needed to be able to learn a few more things to be able to do it with certain types of people. So that's what I got from this last year. And it sucked. A lot of it sucked. But there were so many fucking good things in there too. So focus on those good things and keep those in mind when you're doing whatever it is that you're doing. Thank you so much for watching today, and I would absolutely love to hear whether or not this resonated with you, what you have gone through, things like that, because you know what? There are a lot of people who have gone through those things too, and I bet you they would appreciate hearing that they aren't alone, and hearing your story, and hearing your perspectives and your take on it. I would love to. And I hope you guys have a beautiful night or day, whatever it is, wherever you are when you're watching. Bye-bye, guys. Pile 3. So, you may be getting a lot of offers from people lately to buy you things or do things for you or things like that. And you may think that that's a curse because what do they want in return? Everybody wants something, right? Nobody would be giving me anything for free. But you know what? How much good energy do you put out there? Because it's all coming back to you right now. You don't got to worry about what they want, because guess what? If they didn't tell you they wanted something for it to begin with, then you don't owe them shit. If you never said you would give them something for it, you don't owe them shit. And, example, somebody buys you a drink in a bar, and you guys sit and talk for a little bit, and then you get ready to leave, and they're like, oh, hey, wait, what happened to going home together? Because I thought we were going to go home together. And you're like, excuse me, when did I say I was going home with anybody? And they're like, well, I bought your drinks all night. I think you owe me. Well, no, I don't owe you shit. Because you never told me you were buying me drinks just to try to buy me as a person. And I never said I was for sale anyway. So anyway, there may be a lot of that going on for you. And what it is you are really getting a lot of good things coming for you right now because of all the good energy you put out there. And if you don't like one thing, you just open a new drawer and get a different thing. Good for one free drink, Mulligan's Pub and Grill in Elko, Nevada. So, you may even be getting a do-over in some way in your life right now as well, and you could be seeing that as a curse, but it really is a blessing. It's a blessing to be able to get a second chance at something in this life, because we don't always get a second chance. It's time to get more in touch with your spirituality and your higher self. Listen to those signs, those synchronicities, those messages, because you may be viewing a lot of those things as a curse right now. Because it's always there talking to you, telling you. And you know, sometimes we just got to ground ourselves. Ground yourself, balance yourself, and know that your intuition is something to love and appreciate about yourself. Know that those warning bells and those alarm bells you receive are a good thing. Don't allow anybody that you feel like is looking to buy you to do those things for you. Make sure you're listening to your discernment. There are those who are looking for that, and there are those who aren't. You may even look at some sort of leadership role you have as something that is a curse as well. And there's also 1976 and 1776 on here too. I feel like you have a lot of luck coming your way right now. We have E, M, D, Dem, Med, Mod, O, Mode, E, Dome, J, H, Home, M, K, Hokey Pokey, Okie Dokie Artichoke, H, N, O, L. You might think your sense of humor is somewhat of a curse too. I don't know why. B, maybe you have a very dark sense of humor. Or maybe you just have one of those sense of humors where you even find Laffy Taffy jokes to be funny. Hold, mold, bold, doe, mo, ho, Joe, lone. You could be somebody who has been kind of a lone wolf, and you're a very leadership-oriented person. Smoke, bloke. You could feel like somebody's trying to mold you into what they want you to be as well. Or you could feel like you may be a little too bold to fit in the mold. That's what it is. You might be a little bit too bold to fit in the mold, but that's because you're meant to be this leader. You're meant to stand out. You're meant to be somebody a little different than everyone else. We also have joke here too. So jokes. That's funny because I didn't see the joke part earlier when I was talking about that. But you know what? I really feel like you could be a comedian in this pile, like a very strong comedian sense here. And you could feel a little cursed that you see everything as a joke in some sort of way, you know. But there is a good part about that. There's a lot of people who are far too serious and don't like jokes and don't like you making jokes and don't like all that kind of crap. But you know what? There is a very big need for people who can just make people laugh in this world. And I feel like you're somebody who could really make people laugh. Eucalyptus, I am sick, trigger statement. I am alive, true statement. It is time to embrace a new way of being, one filled with health and the freedom to create a new reality. I am a victim, trigger statement. Ginger, true statement. I am powerful beyond measure. You know what? There may be some people who chose this pile that picked pile 1 or 2. You are strong and capable. With gratitude, optimism, and action, manifest the life that you desire. You are somebody who is powerful beyond measure. You are alive. You are here. It is time to start appreciating that, loving that, and having gratitude for that, and having gratitude for who you are as a person, and no longer worrying what anybody else thinks about that as well. Stop feeling like you are a victim of circumstance or a victim of everyone else's crap. Maybe a lot of people make a lot of jokes about you as well. There could be a lot of people who tease you or make fun of you or make a lot of jokes that are just inappropriate about you, things like that. Try not to let that get under your skin or make you feel bad, you know, and stop thinking that you are so, you know what, some people, I was just talking to somebody about that yesterday. There are a lot of people who like to convince people like me that they're crazy. And you know what? They're not crazy. Not any more crazy than anybody else in this world. You're not somebody who is sick and somebody who is a victim and who has to remain in this state. You are somebody who is strong. You're a survivor. You are alive. You are here, and you could change your world at any time you feel like it. We have the 7 of Wands, Justice. You guys got an extra card for this pile, and the High Priestess. Wow. Yeah, you may feel like your spiritual gifts are a curse because you know what's coming, and you may be very mysterious, very out there, very different than other people, and other people may think that you're crazy. They may think that you have mental disorders. They may think that there's something wrong with you. Stop worrying what anybody else thinks. It is so hard to live your life when you're stuck in a cage, in a prison of everybody else's thoughts and ideas of who you are or what you are. It's time to break free from that. You are somebody who is bold, somebody who is meant to be a light in the dark for others, somebody who is meant to stand above the crowd, and somebody who is meant to say what you feel. You are meant to be a shining beacon of hope and light in the lives of others, and yes, that can feel like a curse at times. But guess what? You are not a curse in this world. You are a blessing in this world. I feel like you see things in such a different way from other people as well. You see things that are right and wrong in a different way. You see the black and the white, but you also see the gray. You see everything in a different way, and you really observe and watch and notice a lot of different things. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that unless you start overthinking and get stuck in your head because of it, especially when other people try to convince you that you're wrong or that what you know to be true isn't true. So don't hold to your own truth and move away from anybody who is trying to gaslight or manipulate you in that way. We have the Scorpion and we have the Swan. So you might think it's a curse as well, that you have to stand up and defend yourself and put boundaries, but that's not a curse. That's just an everyday life thing for people. If you don't stand up and put those boundaries there, then you are that victim. You are sick. And you're sick because you're allowing other people to walk over you and take from you, and you're making yourself uncomfortable to make other people comfortable. So stop making yourself uncomfortable to make other people comfortable. You may think that it is a curse to have to look in the mirror at yourself, to have to see deep within yourself and know what's there, to have to see deep within everyone around you and know what's there. To also, you may be an empath, a very strong empath in this pile too. One who reflects parts of other people's back to themselves and triggers them. You may trigger a lot of people around you to blow up or to jump in their ego, their pride, their anger, things like that. And you may find this to be a curse, but here's the thing. You are helping people to uncover what's underneath themselves. And you're helping people to hit that trigger stage where they may actually be able to change. You are also somebody, I feel like you bring a lot of tower moments to other people, and it really causes a lot of dramatic shifts and changes in their lives, their ideas, their perspectives. That's why it's a good thing. It's not a good thing that you end up with the brunt of everyone's anger. Of course it isn't. Or ego or pride or whatever else they got. Of course that's not necessarily a good thing. But what is a good thing is that you triggered their change. And you were able to play it off and just be happy and just be able to joke about it and have fun with it later. And that's a good thing. It's a good thing to be able to do that. So love yourself for that. Love yourself for your sense of what's right and wrong. Love yourself for your sense of standing up for others and putting your foot down when you feel like others are taking advantage of others or hurting others. You are somebody who is meant to be doing that. So continue doing that. It's just making me think of Robin Williams. It's making me think of people who have committed suicide over feeling so alone because they are that person in this world that's a light for others. You don't have to be alone as a light for others. There are other lights in this world. Start connecting to those lights, start feeling those lights, and start seeing those. So that's what I have for this pile, and I really hope that you guys enjoyed this reading. I would absolutely love to hear what you've been through or what you might be going through now or what this might even be that you are seeing yourself as. And I hope you guys have a beautiful night or day, whatever it is, wherever you are when you're watching. Bye-bye, guys.